Aging isn't about slowing down, it's about stepping into your power. Welcome to Don't Let the Old Lady In, the podcast where we challenge outdated beliefs about getting older and embrace wellness, self-love, and confidence. Your host is Lori Gardner, a registered nurse and nationally board-certified health and wellness coach, and she is your guide on this journey to vibrant, mindful living. Each episode will explore topics that nourish your mind, body, and spirit and how to navigate health issues in the healthcare system as you age so you can live with energy, purpose, and joy. Let's get started. Here's your host, Lori Gardner. Today's episode is the truth about aging and nutrition, what your body and mind need to know. Okay, ladies, are you ready to rewrite everything you thought you knew about aging, nutrition, and feeling truly alive in your body? In this empowering episode of Don't Let the Old Lady In, we dive into how your body's needs shift as you age and how conscious eating, emotional healing, and true nourishment can help you live with greater vitality, confidence, and joy. Today, you're going to learn why traditional diet advice often fails women in midlife and beyond, and why the power of conscious eating versus mindless eating is the way to go. You'll also learn how emotional weight, not just physical weight, can hold you back and how to release that. Also, how do you nourish your body, mind, and spirit for radiant aging in regards to eating? That's what we're going to go through today, ladies. Plus, I'm sharing a free guide to help you get started called Meaningful Ways to Mindful Eating, your mind, body, spirit solution to your healthy weight. Grab it now in the show notes. You'll get a link there. So it's time to feed your body, nurture your soul, and rise into your fullest self, ladies. Let's nourish ourselves into the vibrant women we were always meant to be. So welcome. I want to just commend you for taking the subject and listening to it because it really is important as we age to age well and radiant, to really understand nutrition, really understand your emotional state, your state of mind, your state of your body, and your spirit. So spoiler alert, this is not about shrinking yourself. It's not about punishing yourself. And it's definitely not about accepting feeling sluggish or worn down as your new normal. Instead, it's about nourishing yourself deeply in body, mind, and spirit. I can't tell you how many people I talk to hitting those midlife years or older, like even 70s. Oh, I guess it's just normal to be tired. No. We got to dig deep on this, ladies. This is something we really do have to look at carefully. So, first, we're going to talk about nutrition and aging, how your needs shift over time. As we move through midlife and beyond, our bodies naturally change, and so do our nutritional needs. We need more, not less. More high-quality protein to preserve muscle and strength to protect your muscles, metabolism, and immune system. Think clean proteins like fish, eggs, beans, organic poultry, and plant-based options. We also need more healthy fats for our brains and hormones like avocado, nuts, olive oil, and omega-3s to support your brain, hormones, and heart health. We need more hydration to keep our energy flowing. Dehydration is sneaky as we age. Water, herbal teas, broths, and even hydrating foods like cucumbers and watermelon are key. Ladies, coffee is not hydration. And neither is alcohol, I'm sorry to say. I do know that older folks, that's not really my core population here, but they are the population I care for as a nurse advocate. People get in their 80s, they tend to not drink as much because they don't want to have to run to the bathroom because maybe they won't make it. So alternatives can be looked at for this, but just be aware that hydration is really important. We also need more colorful vegetables and fruits that are packed with life-giving nutrients. So that's what we need more of, ladies, as we shift into these wonder years of aging. What are the key nutritional shifts for midlife and beyond? What are these nutritional shifts? Let's talk about some simple but powerful shifts you can make. I talked about protein, right? That's what your body needs more: protein, healthy fats, and fiber, and hydration. So really, I just want to drive that home and just come up with an acronym: protein, healthy fats, fiber, from colorful vegetables, fruits, legumes, and hydration. So why aging changes how we need to eat? Why does this happen? Well, here's the truth. What worked in your 20s and 30s doesn't work in your 40s, 50s, and 60s or beyond, and it's not your fault. When we age, metabolism naturally slows down about 2% per decade after 30. Muscle mass decreases if we don't intentionally build it, and muscle burns more calories than fat. Another reason, last week, remember ladies, I talked about strength training. Super duper important. The main thing we need to do as we age is create that lean muscle mass. So it does burn more calories than fat, so that's a good motivation. What else? Hormonal shifts, like decreased estrogen and progesterone. They affect how we store fat, especially around the belly. Digestive efficiency declines as well, meaning we absorb nutrients differently. Inflammation can certainly increase as we age if we don't adjust our food and lifestyle habits. We can't eat all those inflamed type of foods that we ate in our 20s and 30s, heavy-duty carbs. I'm not talking the good complex carbs. You know the carbs I'm talking about. We have to switch that up. We also, micronutrients, like calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and B vitamins to keep bones strong, give you energy, and balance your moods. These micronutrients are needed. We don't necessarily get it all in enough from food. So your body needs to be nourished, not deprived. Aging is a sacred invitation to honor yourself with food that gives you life, vitality, and joy. And yet, most diet advice still screams, eat less, move more, or focuses only on calorie restriction. That advice is outdated and can even backfire, making us feel weaker, more depleted, and emotionally disconnected from our bodies. Aging asks us to shift from punishment to partnership with our body. Okay, let's get into my favorite stuff: conscious eating and the mind-body-spirit connection versus mindless and emotional eating. Mindful eating is the bridge between aging gracefully and feeling good in your body. It's not a diet. It's not about willpower. It's about listening deeply to what your body, mind, and spirit need. Midlife and conscious eating teaches us to tune into the real hunger versus emotional hunger. It teaches us to honor cravings without shame, understanding what they might be telling us. Also, teaches us to slow down and savor our food for better digestion and satisfaction. It teaches us to recognize when we're full, not just physically, but emotionally too. And teaches us to reconnect eating with gratitude, self-respect, and joy. When we approach food through mind, body, spirit awareness, we realize that sometimes the hunger is not for food. It's for connection. It's for creativity, or maybe for rest or peace. There's an emotional component going on here, ladies. Can you hear that? Also, we heal the old patterns of guilt, restriction, and self-criticism. That has to be addressed too. Aging demands that we nourish our wholeness, not just our bodies, because if the mind and spirit are starved, no diet will ever truly satisfy us. But true wellness, real vitality, asks us to practice conscious eating. In his beautiful book, Nourishing Wisdom, Mark David says, I quote, "Eating is not just about feeding the body. It's about feeding the soul, practicing mindfulness, and honoring life." So when we eat consciously, you build a loving, trusting relationship with your body, and that relationship changes everything. So if this conversation is lighting a fire in you, I'm happy, really happy. And if you're ready to nourish yourself from the inside out, I have a special gift for you. It's called Meaningful Ways to Mindful Eating, your mind, body, spirit solution to your healthy weight. Inside that guide, you will have simple, powerful practices to bring mindfulness into your meals. You will have journal prompts to understand your emotional relationship with food. You'll get some tips to create meals that nourish your body and spirit. And you'll get an invitation to reconnect with food as a sacred, joyful experience. You can grab it right now. There's a link in the show notes. This is more about mindful eating than weight loss. This is about reclaiming your vitality, your joy, and your deep connection to your amazing body. So let's get into the heavy topic of emotional weight, the hidden weight that holds us back, ladies. Now here's the truth. We don't talk about enough. It's not always just physical weight that weighs us down. It's emotional weight too. Emotional weight can look like carrying old wounds, regrets, or grief, using food to soothe loneliness, stress, or boredom, feeling shame or guilt about eating, or shame or guilt about your body. Mark David, that author, shares this wisdom. Our relationship with food is a mirror of our relationship with life. That is something to ponder, isn't it? Our relationship with food is a mirror for our relationship with life. If you've ever turned to food for comfort, you are not broken. You're human. But healing emotional weight means learning to forgive yourself, listen to your emotions without judgment, nourish your heart with connection, purpose, and love, not just food. And then, ladies, when we let go of emotional heaviness, it often becomes easier and more joyful to care for our physical bodies too. So, true nourishment is your superpower, ladies. True nourishment. As you move through this amazing phase of life, real nourishment becomes your greatest power. It's not just about counting calories. It's about feeding your body vibrant, life-giving foods, getting excited about new recipes that are healthier and that you enjoy putting together. It's about moving in joyful, respectful ways that suit your lifestyle and your personality. It's about resting deeply and protecting your peace. It's about speaking to yourself with kindness, tenderness, and love. Ladies, our bodies hear every word we say, so let's be kind. That author I'm referring to, Mark David, reminds us, I quote, "When we respect our need for nourishment, we begin to live more fully, more vibrantly, more joyously." Ladies, you're not meant to fade with age. You are meant to rise. So, beautiful souls, as you move forward, I invite you to ask yourself, how can I nourish myself today? How can I slow down and savor my food and my life? What emotional weight am I ready to release? You deserve a relationship with food and your body that feels easy, joyful, and nourishing. Remember, aging isn't about decline, it's about refinement. You're wiser, you're more attuned, and your body deserves a relationship based on love, not fear or restriction. Food is one of the most powerful ways we communicate with ourselves every day. So let's make that conversation one of kindness, nourishment, and celebration. Thank you for spending time with me today. And if this episode touched you at all, I'd love for you to follow me and share it with a friend or leave a comment. It helps more women like you find these tools as you follow me and add comments so that we can all age with radiance, vitality, and purpose. Okay then, until next time, beautiful souls, don't let the old lady in. And remember, to support you on this journey, I created that special free resource. Check those show notes and let me know how you like it. You'll find practical tips and simple shifts in there I think you'll enjoy, so grab it now. In the meantime, don't let that old lady in. Until next time, ladies, stay well. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Don't Let the Old Lady In. Remember, age is just a number. Your mindset, energy, and passion are what truly define you. If this episode spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend. Subscribe and leave a review so we can continue this journey together. You are strong, vibrant, and unstoppable. Until next time, keep living boldly, loving yourself fully, and most importantly, don't let the old lady in.